Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. This is going to be part 1 of the new Transformers and G.I.Joe crossover Soundwave Dreadnok Thunder Machine set that comes with Dreadnok, Zorana, and Zartan. Here's the front of the box. Looks amazing. I think the artwork for both sides looks fantastic. Here we have the Soundwave. Looks fantastic. It's almost like G1, but you can see the parts from the Thunder Machine. We do have Ravage. Fortunately, he's in blue, so his traditional black. On the Joe side, this is amazing artwork of the Thunder Machine and Zorana driving, Zartan on the outside. Looks pretty iconic. There's a picture of the figures. Joe logo, pretty nice. Alright, so here we have the back of the packaging. The G.I. Joe on top, Transformers logos. On this side, we have the Soundwave Thunder Machine. It's pretty cool. It's like the canopy kind of just raises up from the back. Insert the figures. It looks spot on from the original. Obviously from the colors, but for the scale, it looks pretty close. Over here, we can see the transformation of Soundwave from the Thunder Machine. You can see Zartan, Zorana, and Ravage. I think they made a big mistake not offering Thrasher in this set. I mean, how else are you going to get Thrasher if you don't include him with the Thunder Machine? Let's look at the top of the box. Flyover. It's pretty good. There's the bottom of the box. Flyover. There's a UPC on here, but I'm not sure if it doesn't do you any good because I think this is more or less an online exclusive. Here's a look at the side. Flyover. This is the G.I. Joe side, maybe? And the other side is the Transformer side. Looks pretty cool. Also has the Dreadnoks on this side also, So basically, to open this up, you just got to cut the 4 pieces of tape. There's like round circles here. If you're trying to maintain the integrity of your box, don't order from Amazon. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store. It was $99.99. A little hefty price. We'll talk about that here in a bit. But this basically just slides off, as you can see, revealing the white Hasbro box inside. Okay, the inner box basically is a white flat box, as you can see here. Here's the back of the box. Here's the top of the box. The bottom is the same as the top. Nothing to see on the sides, it's just white box. Okay, once you open up the flap, this is how it's all packaged inside. There's Soundwave. He's actually bigger than I expected. He looks pretty nice. I like the blue. The red's a little bright, but not bad. First impressions. Okay, I'm very interested. So, alright, let's see if we can start getting these guys out of the packaging. Alright, so I'm basically going to try to create an unboxing and opening experience for you guys. So, you kind of see it as I see it. So, this is Soundwave after you cut the ties holding him down. So, this is what he kind of is, how he's positioned, how he's formed. He may not be fully transformed, but this is kind of what you're getting. I noticed like on the back here, the canopy is just kind of like has some zip ties or rubber bands kind of just attached to his neck. And this is kind of what you're getting so far. Kind of give you an idea. I don't think he's fully transformed the way he should be because he seems a little unstable. Alright, so I kind of cut off all the ties and straighten him up for the most part. So this is what it looks like without some of the attachments that are just floating around in the box. Or so this is without the canopy. I kind of removed it so we can see. Here is the cockpit for the figures. One thing I did notice I do not like, and it definitely plagues. That's one of the reasons I quit collecting Hasbro Transformers and I collect Masterpiece. It's because of this nonsense here. This is utter nonsense. This you know, hollowing out or waffling, whatever method they use, irritates me. I'm quite surprised that the legs are closed here. This ain't a waffle system on the back of his thighs. But for the most part, he's pretty cool. So far, that's didn't really caught my eye. Besides stability wise, the seats are his feet. So that's, yeah, it works. But he seems to be a little high heel, you know, syndrome, I guess. So we'll take a look at some of the pieces. You know, form fitting, I'm guessing, more or less. Here's a canopy for the Thunder Machine. Is probably just going to cover the back of Soundwave. This is pretty nice. The blue is not as dark. The red is definitely more vibrant. We have some stars here. We have this instead of just like a little bit of yellow, like the vintage. The whole piece is yellow, all painted on, painted insignia, Cobra insignia. That's just really cool. Then we have this piece here for the antenna or something. Which I didn't see that in here yet, so I don't know where that's located. Okay, there's that piece. I set that here for a second. And then we have the gun assembly here. And then the belt-fed ammunition. This is gray. It's not... I really wish it wasn't gray. I wish it had the black, but it's not cartoon accurate anyway. But I guess it is what it is. Black would look better than a grayish. Guess they're going for a grayish silver. These kind of do flow through there. Kind of rotate a little bit. Like the vintage used to rotate. So that's pretty cool. So that has to be put somewhere. And then we get the engine. This is painted on Danger. This is also put on Douglas's shoulder cannon. You actually see the pagan style, which is kind of unsightly, especially if that's something that's supposed to be a cannon. There should be a black piece covering that up. But that's my opinion. There's another tampo there. Looks pretty good. It's just maybe articulated piece. Looks like it's hinged, but it's not moving very easily. So we'll wait till we look at the instructions, see what's going on with that. You do get the cage, which I notice is actually thicker than the vintage. So that's kind of good because that kind of was hard to maintain over the years. Mine did not survive when I was a kid. It was just pushed together there. And so this is actually more durable and thicker. So you lose that wire kind of look from the front of it to, you know, you get this heavy duty appearance, which it doesn't bother me for the reinforced steel, you know, aesthetic. So pretty cool. And then obviously we do have Ravage in its cassette form. That's what it looks like. Pretty cool. For the most part, kind of, he's kind of oddish, kind of bent. It's a bent cassette tape. How many people actually know what a cassette tape is anymore? Removing that inner piece, this is the figures in the box. Zorana and Zartan. And then we have instructions here. Alright guys, so kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I wanted to show you guys something that's very important. So I took out this piece like this to see my figures, right? This is garbage. And I thought, notice, okay, wait a minute, where's my minigun? Where's my sword? I'm trying to flip this over and find a hidden pieces right there. Be careful that you don't throw this away. If you are throwing away your box and you're missing your pieces, it's right here. Definitely with all the QC issues, kind of just freaked me out a little bit because it's like, yeah, it's pain sometimes to get, you know, replacements, or you know, gotta prove that you're actually missing parts of some of these places. Some not gonna get in that because you guys probably know, some of these online retailers are difficult. So this is actually in some kind of tissue paper here. Okay, there's actually 4 pieces in here. So we have the 2 guns that I was looking for, which get mounted obviously on the front of here like this. It's, you know, square, so it kind of popped out. We'll do that here in a sec. Then we have the antenna, which is actually thicker and longer than I remember from the original. So that's different. Oh, that's very stiff. That's good. This has been reinforced. You ain't got away with that warping as long as you just use, you know, collector play. Here is Ravage's chain. It's a soft rubber collar piece. And then we have Soundwave's blade. And there's no handle to this thing, or is it use something else? Let's check that out. Oh yeah, so good. We're not missing nothing. So I can take a big deep breath and not have to worry about it. Like I said, I got this from Big Bad's Toy Store. I pre-ordered when it was announced for pre-order, $99.99. I'm probably going to regret it because, you know, it's going to go on sale probably for holidays if it's available during this Christmas. Still see it's a pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, so it doesn't look like they fulfill all the pre-orders. But I had to have, I don't have my original Thunder Machine. And according to Hasbro, we're not going to be getting any more G.I.Joe 19 scale because they're assholes. And focus on classified. And the only way we're going to get anything is through these crossovers, which I'm fine with. I mean, because I think they do a good job. They hide the Transformer very well. So having this Thunder Machine versus no Thunder Machine is definitely, you know, better than nothing. So, and it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with this. And of course, Soundwave is one of my favorite Transformers. So, but I have a masterpiece Soundwave. I'll probably more or less be using this for my Dreadnok Thunder Machine. That looks pretty cool. So here's our instructions, and I know you guys can't, you know, you don't have to worry. I mean, the legal information in 50 languages is here, so you guys can chill, relax. You definitely get this, and you'll make sure you frame this, you know, because we don't have that 18 billion times. So here's our instructions. Looks pretty cool. There's the back of it. So we have black and white and purple instructions. So here's the first side. Give you an idea how complex this is going to be. There's a lot of steps there. Here's the alternate side. Looks pretty good. So here's Zartan in the package. We're going to do definitely an unboxing of Zartan or an opening, so we'll go over him more in depth. The card, if you're just wondering why we're looking, it's just that then crappy cardboard and a 5-language file card. I like the Thunder Machine picture on the bottom. If these were nice cards, that'd been really interesting to have. You ain't got a lot of legal trash on the bottom, so this is what we would actually want in a decent, heavy card stock, if we ever get that, which I doubt it. And here's a look at Zorana. Pretty nice. Sorry about the light. I mean, so we'll take a better look at it here in a bit. Alright, for his knife here, besides it just pegs into his hand. Obviously like that. But you can't see. Like this. So that's pretty good. Fits really nice. And then I'm going to put the camera down. If you don't want to have that in his hand, there's this peg right here on both sides. It just pegs in right here on that little peg for storage. So that's pretty good. Just those seats, just, I don't know what's, maybe it's just me. I gotta let him settle in, but that's how that looks. Alright, so you have to have your 2 cage pieces like this. And where those go is there's these holes right here on his feet, or just, I should say his ankle, and you use this post right there, and then it should wrap around the side of Soundwave here. So we can get this angle right. It's really hard sometimes to have this camera in front of me. There we go. And then just knock the knife off. Kind of just pegs on. That's actually a pretty deep hole. And that's how that looks. And then there goes those seat feet again. And then you just put the other one on the other side. Repeat what we just did. Like so. And it kind of sits, you know, up in here. It kind of doesn't really snap in, but kind of just like sits in those little grooves there. There's no snapping or anything. It just kind of sits, you know, relatively nicely. That's how that looks. Those seat feet are just annoying. And so there you go. Looks pretty good. It's like he's wearing high heels or something. Okay, so for the canopy, there's these two little tabs here. Here and here. And you're going to want to place your canopy right here. It's kind of like a hinge tab. See, it has those pins there, so you just put those two tabs in there. I'm not going to be able to do it on camera because I don't have the space, and I'm just going to make it a mess here. So I'll go ahead and put it on and show you what it looks like. But at least you can see where it goes. Okay, there it is, the tab. And then this is obviously movable, and then it goes up so far. So be careful, don't force it, because you're going to put some stress marks or break it possibly. I'll give you a better angle here. Give me 1 second to stand up Mrs. Soundwave with his high heels. I don't know. I think he's getting top heavy. I just don't think this is going to be a very stable Soundwave. I mean, I pushed the feet up in when they go. It's just, he's definitely getting back heavy, fortunately. So, we try to hold this. That's kind of what it looks like right there. The best I can. And I'll put this down for 1 second, and I'll raise that up. And that's about high as that goes, without you bending that plate there with the Cobra insignia on. Alright, so like I said, you guys are seeing it as I'm seeing it. So I went into the instructions and did some research. There's this little tab right here. You got to get it up under this lip, like this, kind of at an angle. If you get it under there, he becomes more stable. He still feels like he's on high heels, but he's not flopping around as much. I really can't find a good point where he's not rocking, at least a little bit. But at least he's standing and holding his weight. So that's pretty good. Alright, let's take a look at some articulation if you're interested. Here's his head. Go back. Not too much forward though. It's on a ball joint. We'll rotate 360. Kind of got a little side to side there. The arms do rotate. I see another rubber band I gotta cut. Give me 1 sec. Alright, so I got that out of there. So these do rotate 360 around the door. It can go out that much. He has a single jointed elbow. And it's waffled, obviously. This is kind of expected because the hand goes inside there for transformation. The hand doesn't do much besides fold in. There's no articulation, no fingers. Just basically, you know, a standard movement. The waist, nothing. The door does open on his chest. Let's take a quick look over here and see if Ravage fits inside. Alright, so I got Ravage. And he fits perfectly in there. There you go. So there's a place to keep Ravage if you're interested. There it looks to be maybe a thigh swivel here, but it's not working out very well. There's a knee bend. Gets you about 90. And there's definitely a swivel here. Just there you go. So there's a thigh swivel, knee bend on both knees. Obviously nothing in the legs. And if you move those feet from that notch position, you're pretty much going to regret that, and you're going to have a high heel girly Soundwave. So that's about all the articulation that I see on the figure. Obviously the wheels rotate. We'll take a look at the wheels and stuff during our Thunder Machine part of the review. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss that. So pretty good overall. Awesome. It's not too bad. For me, like I said, I think I'll have, once he goes to Thunder Machine mode, that's probably where he's going to stay for me, because I'll just utilize my masterpiece Soundwave for my robot mode. So on the back of here, under here, there's this little folding tab. This is a stand, so you could have Zartan, Zorana, or any other figures to stand in back here, and you can put 2 figures. There's a whole instructions for that. I'm not going to go through that whole thing, because you're basically just going to have your 2 figures stand here, and you have your weapons on the top, which we're going to look at right now. And I just don't know how practical that's going to be with having 2 human beings behind this massive cannon with a potential backblast, heat, whatnot. So I think it's kind of crazy in my opinion, but it's like we just have to peg the cannon right into his shoulder, right there. And usually with Soundwave it goes on this side, so there's really no articulation there because this piece sits in this hole, so you can't rotate it in any direction. Whatever way he's looking is the way he's going to blast. And then you have this piece apparently can sit here on this side if you still want that look. And the one peg kind of just hangs off to the side there, kind of like that. If you want to have that overall aesthetic. So, you want heavy weapons, Soundwave. And like I said, it's just kind of unpractical for me. And I don't have the figures open yet because I still want to do a review for those. So you guys can see those. But you could put any 2 figures in here and they would stand on this little piece. It kind of just folds up and folds down and just knocked off the cannon like that. So you can have 2 figures back there. But I don't want to be anywhere near this, area when these things are going off. That's just my opinion. It just doesn't seem something that I would utilize in my overall storyline because, like I said, mine's going to be pretty much a Thunder Machine until one day maybe Hasbro gives us a Hasbro Thunder Machine of all the Dreadnoks. I doubt it. Wishful thinking, right? You're kind of left with Ravage's leash and the antenna. It's showing in the instructions for just a quick look. That antenna piece right there pegs into the port, definitely where the Thunder Machine antenna would be. But then I don't like that for another reason, because basically right there, and it's like it's just made to stick out, and they're gonna have it stick out in the back, and that's just gonna be a nightmare for breakage, space, especially if you put it on a shelf. You're going to have the whole entire clearance there. And if you're going to hit other figures or whatever, I think that's just a bad spot for it. So that's definitely unfortunate on that part. Alright guys, so this video is getting kind of long already. I really wanted to do a nice experience for you. I try to do it here on my channel. I hope you guys kind of appreciate, the experience. instead of just a review, create like an unboxing experience, and how you can see what I see, what I go through, and how you would open something up first time, and you have your little issues until you figure out what am I doing wrong, or is there something wrong with QC or whatever. But I'm going to make a part 2 of this. So you've seen Soundwave pretty much in robot mode. You've seen Ravage in cassette mode. So I'm going to go ahead and do all the transformation off camera, and I'll do a part 2. So look for that. That'll contain Ravage transformed, Soundwave in the Thunder Machine mode, and the review of the Dreadnoks carded and opened. So you can see how those look. And then we'll take a look at those Thunder Machine and all the little playability we can find. So I hope you guys like this review. Please don't forget to check out part 2. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you can do me a big favor, make sure you hit the thumbs up for me on all my videos so you can help the channel out. And I really appreciate that very, very much. Thank you in advance. And we'll definitely see you in our next review. Yo, Joe.